I'm Caleb.
I'm Haley.
And I'm having coffee.
I'm so fucking sorry. And I'm having coffee with my ex.
Coffee with my ex. Before we get started, we'd like to acknowledge our cafe owners, the people who are quite literally keeping the cafe lights on, the cold brew a-brewin', and the uploading a-loaded. Crystal Moses, Stevens YouTube, and Elise Bickle. Elise, I remember the last time I said your name.
No, I said it.
I
said Elise Bickle.
You wanted to say Pickle so bad.
We love you, Elise.
That was a disgusting way to
Yeah, we're really
start off.
sorry about that.
And you know what? Just that week, my mom and I had a discussion because she loves to brief every single podcast, and I have to explain to her it's
God.
also entertainment, and you have to take every word so literally.
Yeah.
Even though I'm being pretty honest. We were fighting because she's like, you portray yourself like an alcoholic. And I was like, Mom, I don't drink that much. I just do on occasion. And then literally the next episode is us opening it, being like, we're too sloshed to say your names.
Oh, no.
We just don't do a good job of painting ourselves in the best light.
No, we don't. We really don't. But
we would like to paint ourselves in a better light today because we're going to talk about something less controversial.
Well, I want to address the elephant in the room.
All right.
I just wanted to say I am feeling good. And I'm doing well. Well. Weller than before.
Yes.
And that is what I'm going to say.
Yeah.
You're not going to say anything?
I mean, I guess
do you remember
we should.
the last episode? We literally ended it like Igor.
People were Someone was like, I'm really worried about you guys. Caleb especially was very dejected. Yeah, I feel like I can breathe easier.
Yeah.
I made a little Instagram post that was pretty bipartisan, if I do say so myself. I mean, not bipartisan. I was pretty, obviously, I expressed my views. Yeah. But for our conservative, this is not Britney Spears. For our conservative listeners, thank you for still being here, if you are still here. And I'm genuinely sorry for people who it didn't go their way. I know that there are people out there who are really scared, and they have their own reasons. And I just hope that, and this is what I told my mom, I was like, I hope the next few years goes to alleviate the stress and anxieties and the horrible, awful things that they've told you that Joe Biden is. Because I think we're going to find out that a lot of those things were pretty fear-mongering and used as a way to control people and scare them. But I really genuinely hope that this is a better America for everybody.
Yeah, I agree. You are much more like that than me. Even though I completely I agree with everything you're saying. But to the people who are very happy right now, let's fucking go. So, you know what? No, I'm going to talk about it. So, whenever I was listening to Joe Biden and Kamala's acceptance speech, I had forgotten what it felt like to not have panic in my soul when listening to the president. Yeah. I've forgotten what it felt like to watch someone just try to literally unite people, not trying to start anything, not trying to blame anything on anyone else. And it relieved some part of me. I couldn't stop crying. I didn't know, obviously the election was very and emotionally impacted me in ways I didn't know it could, but I didn't know that the election results and watching it happen and watching Kamala speak and all that, I didn't think that it would literally make me sob for I'm not kidding, hours. Yeah. I couldn't stop crying because I would just I would stop crying and then I would think about it again damn, that's fucking cool, and then I would start crying again. And it was just I know there's there's a lot that needs there's a lot going on still with that, and I mean on January 20th Joe Biden will be the president, and that's just fact. Yeah. But I know that's gonna be kind of a twisty turvy to get to that place, clearly. But just knowing that it is coming soon, it just takes this 1,000-pound weight off my shoulder.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, there's still, like, a lot more work to be done, and, like, this is just, like, the beginning of, like, hopefully, like, a lot of stuff getting done that needs to get done, but, I mean, he already has, like, a whole transition site that, like, says a lot more than a tweet.
Yeah. And
So.
he already has, like, a COVID plan.
Yeah.
Which is really exciting. I was watching it with Cameron, and I've never really watched, like, a presidential address. Or, I mean, I have, but I haven't been that emotionally invested. But I was, like, sitting on the couch with him, and I had, like, I wasn't weeping, but I had tears in my eyes because it was just, like you said, such a sense of relief. And to hear these people speak and not attack, they were literally, like, if anything, and I was watching Fox News, too, just to see what they said, and they were like, if anything, it's an olive branch.
Yeah.
And he acknowledged that both sides have to work together. And it just, for the first time, was like, okay, there are people there who I can trust to act like adults.
Yeah.
And try to get something done, and who aren't there for their own egos.
Yeah. Which
is so nice.
Yeah, it's just bare minimum.
Yeah. Yeah, it is.
It really is just bare minimum.
It was interesting to watch how every other election had a regular peaceful transition of power.
And, like,
the other person
speech and like.
And both sides, Republicans, Democrats, like everyone acts like adults.
Since forever.
Yeah, this is like, is this the first time it's happened in this way, or is it one of? I'm sure it's happened before, but I
don't know.
I know the Al Gore Bush situation was
was different, but it was different because it wasn't like it wasn't nasty. Yeah. They just they weren't finished counting in Florida, and so he just rescinded his concession. That was all that was. But it was never like I'm gonna, blow the place up. I don't know. It was just like it was still very like cordial and like professional.
Yeah. Yeah, and I think
I don't think it's ever been as unprofessional as it is right now.
I think that clip you posted, I watched that live, and that was one of the most moving speeches by the Black news anchor on CNN.
Yeah.
Just
Vance.
Yeah, seeing how, especially as a father of Black children, and being like, I feel safer for them. I feel more hope for them, and that was really cool. And even just to see like the mix of races and backgrounds on that stage. Yeah. As they were watching the fireworks, it was just like this.
That's what America looks like.
Yeah.
That like.
And that's what I was so excited about. It's like, why there's a woman up there. There's a woman of color up there. There's like, it just shouldn't. And you text me and you're like, this shouldn't be as crazy. You're like, we have self-driving cars, but it's the first woman vice president.
Yeah, it shouldn't be as extraordinary as it is.
But still, it is, and we're very excited about it. But.
Yeah, it is. It's so crazy. It's just so crazy.
Yeah.
Like, how in the world have no women served as vice president, let alone like president?
You know I was explaining that to. Here we go. I was talking to some family members, and they were like, "There's equal opportunity, so we don't understand if a woman wants to be president, she could be president. Like, that's why there hasn't been one." And I was like, "Do you understand how systems and establishments and places keep people in power?" I said, if you start off by not allowing women in, don't let them have a seat at the table. If it's all white men, the next even if they start allowing women, all of those relationships and networks are already built. So it's going to be like that white man's friend, that white man's cousin. It's like a woman's not just going to.
You can't just get up and sit at the table. You have to be let in.
Yeah, you have to work your way up. And so if you start at different places, it's going to take a lot longer. I don't think no women have wanted to be president.
There's been lots of women who have wanted to be president.
Like, there's just has never been that many opportunities. So yeah, great, everything's equal now, but like the climb is just starting for some people.
Yeah, it's like, clearly you have to think. I mean, America is literally 50% men and 50% women.
Yeah.
And the fact that women haven't served in that highest office.
It's not by chance.
It's not by chance. Like, there's a reason. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Eye switching. Okay.
So all that said.
All that said,
we hope that everyone's doing well as we are.
Yeah. I still want to get a bottle of champagne to celebrate.
We should.
Yeah. We should.
This weekend. We're working. Allison's coming in tomorrow. Oh, so God. We have a lot of work ahead of us, but we need a moment to celebrate.
We need a moment to celebrate. Okay, so new with you? What's up?
What's new with me? Gosh, well, we live the same life, so.
Oh, we got our hair done yesterday.
Yeah, we did.
We did.
Fernanda came into town, our girl Fernanda, who has done our hair for, 2 years?
Yeah. Is that right?
I think so.
Wow.
She came to one of our concerts in like 2016, right? And that was in Boston. And then a couple of years later, we went back to Boston, and she DM'd me on Instagram, and she was like, "Hey, I'd love to do all your guys' hair for free if you just like come to the salon the day before the show." And we have got our hair done. She gave us this magical experience. She had the whole place shut down just for me.
She's insane.
Haley, Allison, and Cameron.
Yeah.
Gave us the star. Like, she treats us like we're more important than we are.
Yeah.
And that's the problem.
She still does.
And it's continued.
Yeah, it's continued.
Every time we see her, we're like, Fernanda, at some point you're going to realize that we
are trash.
Trash.
And she's like, stop, you don't ever say that. And I'm like, no, you don't understand.
But yeah, she actually flies out here just for us, and now she does. She did Emma Chamberlain's hair.
Yeah.
She does Molly Burke's hair. She does a girl from American Idol's hair. A couple American Idol contestants actually. So anyway, we saw her yesterday, and she's like one of our actual friends now, which is cool when work friends turn into real friends.
Yeah.
So.
And I went darker. I'm not platinum anymore. It's a change. If you don't like me anymore, I understand.
You're having a bit of identity crisis.
I am, but like I love my hair though. Like I absolutely love it, but like I haven't had my hair this dark in like 5 years.
Yeah.
Which is crazy because it's really just like light brown.
It's really not that dark.
Anyway.
Yeah.
Okay. What's the topic?
The topic today was supposed to be completely neutral, non-controversial, and now
I had to address it.
I know.
We can't have that whole big episode and not address it.
We can just pretend it never happened. Today's episode is brought to you by this table runner from Target that you can't see.
You can't see it.
It's you know what? It's over. I know. Whatever.
If you were to look in this apartment right now, it looks like Christmas threw up.
Here's the thing.
It is not Christmas time. It is November 10th.
There are a few things I want to say about that. Number one, I am a huge fan of decorating for Christmas November 1st. I think that, and I know you disagree.
I disagree wholeheartedly.
I think that Christmas ends on December 25th. By December 25th, pack it up, like Christmas is over. So why not enjoy it's the Christmas season that matters.
It's just like too much, like to have the tree up, like, oh my God. It's just.
It's warmth. I felt warmer since the tree's been up.
I don't know. I'm like a after Thanksgiving type of hoe, or like
Christmas is half
December 1st.
Christmas is half over by December 1st.
I also just like don't love my Christmas tree like being up for that long. It just like doesn't feel, I don't know. But I also didn't really grow up like having like a home decorated for Christmas that often. If anyone's gonna decorate for Christmas, I was gonna do it myself.
Oh.
I would set out, get the tree out of the back room and drag it out.
Wait, you had to decorate
and set it up
as a
myself.
Child? How old were you?
I don't know. My mom's gonna listen to this and be like,
April.
"You're outing me."
April didn't put up you made
she
little hands.
Just was tired. She's I'm too tired, and you know what? Now I
get that.
So I took it upon myself to put up the tree myself and decorate it, and she'd be like, "Good job."
It used to be a whole tradition with my family, like decorating for Christmas. We would always put on the Alvin and the Chipmunks Christmas CD and play it on our Denon sound system. And we would all decorate the tree as a family. It would be really cute. And we'd hang the stockings and put
I would
up
go
the
to
angel
other
hair.
people's houses and do that with their family.
Oh.
Like Alyssa would go over there and do that with them, or Sarah. Oh, me and Sarah always did trees. We loved that.
I loved, and just like my grandparents every year had this nativity scene and these light up figures, and they used to have a hot tub in their back room, and so the whole hot tub
in the back room.
Yeah, it was an indoor hot tub. The back room was a hot tub room.
That is some Indiana shit.
That is some Indiana.
If I had ever heard it. I'm sorry, what?
Yeah.
A hot tub room?
Yeah.
Was there a tanning bed in there too? Like.
What? I don't think. No.
But
there
you know
could have
how,
been.
but yeah,
There could have
exactly.
been.
Like Indiana people, they love having tanning beds in like a room somewhere.
Yeah. basements. Like, they love tanning beds and basements.
They love tanning beds and basements. Next to the big, huge white refrigerator filled with, like, water bottles and
the
Coke.
Bowflex. Anyway, so the hot tub had all of this, like, fake snow on it, and they had all these, like, magnetic, like, figurines that would, like, dance around and, like, ice skate, and it was just magical, and I felt so cozy. But then, like, as I got older, every year, like, one of the, like, wise men from the nativity scene would disappear, and then, like, slowly it became just, like, Mary and Joseph and, like, close family, and then it was just, like, Mary and Joseph, and then
Very,
now
like,
it's
exclusive party.
Now it's just Jesus. Now it's just
He's alone.
He's alone. And I miss everybody, but I really do. But this, now since I've been with Cameron, he's much crazier about it, and he also gets nostalgic. And, like, misses home where I don't.
Yeah.
And so he, like, I think this is kind of his way to connect himself back to home.
Yeah.
But I think, and I told him this, and I think it's amazing. I'm not trashing you. I think that the line between, like, classy and
gaudy
and yeah, gaudy and, like, tacky can get crossed, especially when we're in a home that has a lot of equipment and clutter. It can all become a bit Midwest grab bag.
There's a lot going on here, guys.
And so we're just trying to be mindful of that.
Like, the Christmas tree is in front of the mirror. We have to choreograph in front of that.
Yeah.
So we're gonna. So now it's just one more piece of furniture we have to move to do our job.
There is, I mean, barely a path from the kitchen to the living room.
It's different.
But yeah, he has the mistletoe up.
It's really hard in LA to feel like the Christmas spirit. It is colder, but like it's still LA, so it's still like sunny as fuck.
Yeah.
So I don't know. There's no like seasons here. Everything just blends in together, and so like it never feels like Christmas here. And I haven't been home for Christmas since I've moved here.
That's so strange to me.
So I always spend Christmas here.
That's awful. The holidays here suck. I hate the holidays here.
Everyone's gone. It's a fucking ghost town. And then you have that like weird like 7 days in between Christmas and New Year's Eve, and you're like, what's going on? And then everyone starts like filing back into LA, like, oh, what's your party plans? You know what I mean? I'm like, oh my God. Like,
everyone gets here at like 8 p.m. on New Year's Eve.
Yeah, literally.
Everyone's like,
it's
where
wild. I go from like not seeing a soul for 2 weeks to going to like a New Year's Eve party, and I'm like,
it's always, that night is always so magical, as in somehow we're always in like the most random places.
We literally are. It's so weird to think about how that was almost a year ago. Like New Year's, and how we had no fucking clue. And we crashed 2 parties. We did.
We went to the Scott family New Year's Eve gathering.
We always do.
I feel so bad. They're like literally having like their friends and family over. Or like, no, it's like their family.
No, their family.
And then they're like,
we're the friends.
You need a place to go, don't you? Like, you have nobody. Come over.
Come over.
We like waddle in when they're like, you have Chardonnay?
I swear, nobody over there really drinks, and so like whenever like we come over, they're like, "Hey, you want some wine?"
We do represent ourselves in a really bad way. We really do.
Oh, and then we ended up at
Sam and Casey's.
Sam Sui. Fuck. So sorry, Sam.
He's not listening.
Yeah, he's not listening. Yeah, we ended up there, and that was the last time I remember having like a good night. Oh, and then from then we had Cameron's birthday party. That's the last party.
That was the last party.
Because his birthday's like mid-February. Mm-hmm. Well, we had it in mid-February.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah.
The thought of like, I keep tripping out about time because I just found out yesterday that March is 3 months away.
Nope.
And then I sent Caleb a TikTok we did last December, of when we were at the Equinox and we were doing like the Run It TikTok, and it got like 8 million views. And I couldn't come to terms with the fact that it was like a year ago.
Yeah.
Because it felt like just a couple months ago.
It was. It really was.
This year just shouldn't count. It just shouldn't count.
I refuse. Told Haley I refuse to turn 28 in 3 months. I get this year again.
A redo.
I get a redo. We all get a redo. We get a new president. We get a new lease on life. I hope so. They just said that I don't want to get back into news. Anyways, the holidays. Oh, so Cameron the other night went crazy, and usually we go to Target. He took me to Big Lots.
Oh yeah, he's been going on and on about Big Lots. I can just like picture him listening to us right now, just talking shit. I'm scared he's gonna open that door. Oh god.
But no, we had a good time in Big Lots, and he really likes it, and.
It's like taking a kid to a candy store. Like, you know, he had a good time. Or like taking a kid to like McDonald's play place. You know what? Go play.
But yeah, he did spearhead all the decorations, and it brings him joy. After Big Lots, we came home. We made hot cocoa. I don't like hot cocoa, but we made hot cocoa. Watched Lifetime movies. But you know what? He kept saying you're mad how much you like this, and as much as I didn't enjoy it, like I enjoyed it.
I feel like you enjoy watching him be happy.
I do. I like him. I like to let him be
mood.
happy. Yes, I like to make him happy. And I think it's hard for him sometimes, especially with Christmas traditions, because he thinks I'm more of a Scrooge or a Grinch, because we feel things differently.
Yeah.
He likes to be surrounded by decorations and then like blare music, and that just like be his existence for like 3 hours.
Yeah.
And I
don't
do that. I get really overstimulated really fast.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, I told him because I made Caleb promise me that we'll have a night in which we play Mario Kart and Mario Party, and I got Cameron on board by telling him that we could make Christmas cookies and make eggnog. I got him on board.
That's all you have to do.
Got him on board. He was like, his eyes lit up. He was like, oh, really?
He loves the holidays.
Yeah.
So much.
I don't like hate them. I can only do it for. Okay, I think my trauma comes from working at Macy's.
Yeah.
I think that because I worked at Macy's for 2 years, and Macy's is like a holiday one-stop shop. Like everyone goes to Macy's in the Midwest for the Christmas vibe, because it literally starts November 1st. I started working on October 31st on Halloween, and then on November 1st, that's when the Christmas music starts, and it doesn't end until January 2nd. And it's the same like 20 songs over and over and over and over and over and over again, but the same 5 songs, but in like 10 different covers of the same 5 songs. So it's just like, and the long hours, like literally folding clothes until midnight for no good reason. Like it's just gives me a lot of bad vibes.
Yeah.
So
that sucks to have Christmas taken from you.
I can only really like enjoy Christmas for like the week leading up to it. I'll be like so like in the mood, like Christmas music all day. I'll just fit it into that 1 week and like bake a bunch of Christmas stuff or like whatever. But I can only do it for so long. Like I cannot drag it on. And I don't know.
That's sad.
And with it not being like snowy, I'm just like don't feel the vibe. Like here we go. I love snow.
That's why we go home for like two-ish weeks.
But it never snows
year.
in December in Indiana.
I feel like there's always snow on the ground.
No, it really never snows, and it doesn't ever snow until January in Indiana.
Maybe just chilly, which I hate it being chilly, but I do feel cozy, and it feels like Christmas there.
Yeah, it feels like Christmas there.
Like slipping on your way to the car and having to like
literally fall
in your hands before you touch the steering wheel.
It's so cold. And I forget until I go back there. I forget that it's possible to be that cold.
And then you get into the store and you start sweating profusely because you're in so many clothes.
It's disgusting. It is disgusting. Oh my gosh.
But it's for some reason it feels like Christmas.
I remember once again going to work to Macy's, in college, and I had to ride the bus. I didn't have a car. And it was snowing. It was like below, I think it was like negative 20 degrees outside. And I was standing in my literal like parka, like a floor to ceiling coat.
Your Kris Jenner coat?
Yes. And I was standing in the fucking cold. Tears running down my eyes. They just crystallized. And I guess I'm so cold that I'm crying. Just trudging through the snow to make it to the bus stop. It's not good. I definitely romanticize it a lot of the time.
Our early 20s were pretty miserable. Your early 20s were pretty miserable.
Okay.
Are you okay?
I'm just literally putting myself back into that place, and it is sending me into a spiral.
She just had to remove her headphones. My cheeks hurt.
It was one of the worst days of my life. Okay, anyway, Christmas is fun.
I think it's interesting as far as people's family traditions, because now that my family's divorced, I don't think we have any traditions.
I have not a single one. Caleb said, let's have a lighthearted episode and talk about Christmas traditions, and I warned him. I was like, Caleb, it's not going to be good. I have nothing to say. And he was like, talk about that. I said, that's lighthearted.
Did you ever go to like the Walkway of Lights?
Yeah, with my friends.
Oh. Well, my family went every year to the Walkway of Lights.
That sounds miserable, I'm going to be honest.
It wasn't super fun. But it was a tradition. And then we always made Christmas cookies with my grandma every year.
That's cute.
And then we would always go ice skating. And then did we go to the movies?
People love going to the movies on Christmas.
They do.
I never get it. I never understood. I was like, they're open?
I know, that was bad. When I worked at the movies, I realized that, and I took that day off every day. You're not getting me to work that.
That's when they fired you.
Absolutely not. No, they fired me because I went to Cedar Point instead of going to my shift.
This is just a podcast about Caleb and I and our old jobs.
Oh, yeah. And then on every Christmas Eve, my sister and I would exchange our gifts to each other.
Uh-huh.
And then Christmas morning, we would do all of our gifts. And my family always had a rule. I think it was like they spent $150 on me and on my sister.
Yeah.
And so we got to pick out. And I feel like it was weird because we lived in a really nice house. That's when my parents had credit cards. And we lived in a really nice house.
On blast.
But I feel like Christmas was never like a huge deal, or nor were birthdays. Like my parents were never like big gift giving. They never spoiled us.
Yeah.
And I think it's because they're cheap. I don't think it's because they cared to not spend. I think they just didn't want to spend the money on us.
So rude. That is so rude.
But they did do a lot for us. But I just think it's funny because some kids I knew would get like just showered in gifts.
Yeah.
Even families who like didn't have like a bunch of money, somehow like they would shower their
children. I have
children.
a funny story about that because there was one, I remember this Christmas, my mom will never let me forget it. I woke up, and this is like when I still believed in Santa.
Oh, you did? We didn't talk about that.
Oh my gosh. Okay, well, hold on. Hold the fucking phone. Because that was traumatic. I woke up in the morning, and I can see it in my mind. But we had the Christmas tree up, and there was all kinds of presents, and they were all for me. There was no other kids. Like, it's for me. And I said, well, I guess I wasn't very good this year. And my mom wanted to smack the shit out of me. She couldn't say anything because I believed in Santa. So I believed that and she was like, what do you mean? There's all these presents. I was like, I guess I wasn't good this year.
You are a brat.
I was a brat. She'll never let me forget that. She was like, that's the worst thing like you've ever done to me.
That is hilarious.
I know. And then I opened it, and it was like then I just don't know how she did because she was a single mom, and but my Christmases were crazy. I got the craziest presents, like digital cameras, iPods, like Like, literally, you name it. Somehow she pulled it out of her ass. Like, literally.
I'm so mad.
And I felt really bad. Also, we did used to make cookies for Santa the night before. And I should have known that Santa wasn't real when she told me to leave a glass of Mountain Dew. I was like, Santa likes Mountain Dew.
No, April.
And then the time
She had you leave her Mountain Dew and said it was for Santa?
and then I think this was the same year.
Pour Santa some whiskey.
And then that same year, or maybe like just somewhere around that time, I wrote Santa my letter, and Santa wrote me back. I cherished that fucking letter. I was like, Santa wrote me a letter. She went out of her way. It was typed. It was typed and printed. I was like, oh my gosh. And he said thanks for the Mountain Dew and the cookies. And I was like, oh my God, he did like it. You're right.
Oh my God. You were brainwashed as a child.
I was brainwashed for a long time. And the Tooth Fairy. I believed in the Tooth Fairy for so long. My mom literally, every time I lost a tooth, she had to haul her ass to the bank and get a couple of silver dollars. She did the most. I know there was one time I literally had like a root canal, and I was like, I lost a tooth. She was like, yeah, well, the Tooth Fairy shouldn't have given you any money for that.
Oh my God, being a parent has to be so funny. My family refused to have me believe in anything. One, I think it was religious reasons, because it's like the only people who give you gifts are your mom and dad and Jesus. And then two, I think that my mom was so traumatized by she believed in Santa until she was in like halfway through elementary school, and then kids told her and made fun of her in class.
No, literally same. I believed in Santa until 3rd grade.
How'd you find out that he wasn't real?
My mom told me, and I cried all night. I had to sleep with her at night because I was so upset.
How did you sleep with the person who lied to you? That's where this all started.
Right.
You're right.
You built up this lie.
You hurt me, but now I need you to comfort me. April.
I love how you name her.
April. No, I love April. My mom got made fun of, and she was crushed, and she lost so much trust in her parents, and she was like, I'll never do that to my child. So from the beginning, it was like, mommy and dad are getting you these presents.
Yeah.
And so it was always easier.
Santa.
I know, and I missed out on that, but like, look at me now. I'm more unrealistic and more of a dreamer than anyone else who believed so.
You are. Detached.
I am detached. I am making up for lost time.
Yeah, you are.
But it was nice because I got to go direct to the source, and when I didn't get what I wanted, I was like, this is who I have to talk to.
Yeah.
Like, when they never got me, like, they would get me like a few video games, but even for my first video game console, which was a Nintendo Gamecube, I was obsessed with technology all before that, but they would not buy me a game console. And so in order to get my first one, my dad made me go on the interweb, which was just invented, and I think this was like
Isn't that weird?
Gamecube release, because first of all, they had no idea. No, 2001 was when I got my first thing, and so the internet was really new, and he sent this child onto the internet, and I had to.
And that is not an easy task. So there's a lot of steps to take.
I had to teach myself. I had to research the GameCube, PlayStation, Xbox, and compare all three, and give a presentation to my parents at 8 years old about why the GameCube was the best choice. And so I looked on every forum, and I found words that I had never seen before. People were like, Xbox sucks ass! And I was like, Dad, what does this mean? And he's like, Caleb, you're just going to have to ignore that stuff and keep researching.
Oh my gosh.
So it was just never easy for me to get things that I wanted. And then after they approved the presentation, I had to save up my money to buy it.
Oh my God.
So
at 8?
Yes. So saving up Christmas money, birthday money, Easter money. Also, my family does every holiday. Like, even still to this day, my mom and dad send me Valentine's Day presents.
Yeah, my mom does that too.
It's cute.
I think it's cute.
It's cute, but I'm like, it's unnecessary.
Yeah.
Just.
I love it.
I do love it.
I like presents.
Guess I do love it. even when you don't need something, it's nice to just be thought of.
Yeah.
I feel as if once my parents got divorced, that the Christmas traditions kind of like faded away.
No way.
And then like it just
into nothing.
I don't know, because like we still tried to do things, but it was just like it was never the same. And it was almost like a bit of that magic went away.
Yeah.
As I grew up and aged.
Yeah, I mean, that's how it happens. So
I don't like it. I'm thinking also, though, like, for my own traditions, I kind of want to start having new traditions. And I feel like, especially if I have a family, I want it to be magical. And I want there to be, like, things we do every year. And I want
Well, you're gone every single Christmas.
That's true. That's true. And it's so hard now. I feel like now that we're in California with our family back home, it's so hard to be a part of that. Like, I haven't been to my family's Thanksgiving in probably 4 years.
Yeah, you always go to St. Croix, and I'm so tired of it.
I am too.
I'm tired of it. I want you to come to Friendsgiving.
I do too.
Oh, Friendsgiving.
Yeah.
That's my only.
That's your tradition.
That's my only tradition. I feel like. Well, this will be our 3rd year doing it. And so me and all my friends, we get all together, and it's just like my favorite thing ever. And we just get sloshed, and we cook all day, and it's just like what my cancer dreams are made of. Mm-hmm. And I just like have the best time.
Yeah, you live for Friendsgiving.
I live for Friendsgiving. It's really all I care about.
I'm so sad I've never gotten to go. Cameron and I go to St. Croix every year to visit his dad, which we have it's great. Like, I love getting to go. It's just, I do miss, like, spending Thanksgiving back home.
Yeah.
And, like, the cold and with my friends. And what I don't miss, and this is a hot take.
I know what you're going to say. I think I know what you're going to say.
No, I don't think so.
Oh.
This is just, like, my mom and I go back and forth on this.
Oh.
It's really hard for me to want to spend the holidays around people that I don't usually see, or around like family that I'm really not close to.
Yeah.
And like my mom is always like, that's what the holidays are for, is to see people that you only get to see once a year. And like, in my mind, I'm like, why do I want to loathe like making small talk with people that I only see once a year?
Yeah.
If we don't have an actual relationship outside of Thanksgiving or Christmas, why are we spending it together?
I've really never done that. I don't really have any extended family. So it's never really been a problem.
Yeah. I mean, there's not like beef with any of mine. It's just
like you don't know them.
Yeah. I understand family is family, but like, I feel like I view my family as my kind of immediate and my grandparents. Mm-hmm. And I just don't.
Like, you just like want to spend the holidays with like people that you care about. You don't have to like make small talk. You just like want to enjoy your time. I get that.
Yeah. I just feel like it's.
But there is nothing like the sense of like family awkwardness that really, really like encompasses the holiday spirit. It's like a part of it.
It really is.
It's like a part of it.
And it's every meme. It's like showing up to my conservative family thanks dinner after Biden won.
It's like you're like dressed in like a fur coat, like.
I guess a lot of people do it, and I don't want to like.
No,
I think family is super important, obviously, because those are the only people you have. But I mean, not the only people you have, but it's like blood. But I think in our generation especially has realized that family is whoever you decide is your family,
right?
And your family is chosen.
Yeah.
And I think that's the way it should be. I mean, if your family is toxic, which I'm not saying mine is not, but I'm saying for certain people, it's like you don't have to spend your time around people who
make you feel bad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, friends or family. Like, I feel like you're my family.
Yeah.
And
you never spend it with anything with me. You always leave me. You always leave. So what does that say about you?
Did we ever spend Christmas or any holiday together? Didn't we have like some tradition that we used to do?
Yeah, we used to always go shopping the day after Christmas. We would always go to like Bath and Body Works after Christmas because the semi-annual sale started. No, literally sometimes we would go to like Fort Wayne because I remember that was the time that you sped up your Cold Stone. Because you had eaten so much because you had your dad's Christmas that day. Yeah, we did that for a few years.
Yeah.
Out of nowhere. It wasn't even like we didn't even mean for it to be a tradition. We're like, wait, we're doing this again?
I
literally would always come to like when we lived back in Marion, I would always come to your Christmases.
Really?
And Thanksgivings. Yeah, I'd always stop by. Get some food and go. It's like I was never there.
Like a little raccoon.
Yeah. But sometimes your dad makes spaghetti.
Yeah.
And stuff like that. So.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Huh. Interesting. Well, you're not going home for Christmas this year, are you?
No, I can't.
Well, you can always go to the Grove if you wanted to feel like Christmas.
True. That is so true.
The Grove here is like a really famous kind of shopping center, and during the Christmas time, it's where they film like Dancing with the Stars and things like that. And they have this fake snow that is pumped out, and
it's just like Christmas is so far away.
No,
so like,
it's now.
No, it's not.
It is now. We're halfway through Thanksgiving.
Okay. Thanksgiving isn't a holiday. Friendsgiving is a holiday.
Right. You know what I want to talk about?
What?
Supporting the Pilgrims and supporting Christopher Columbus.
Caleb, don't even mouth that.
I'm just kidding. Oh, God, did that clip ever? No, I'm just kidding.
It's like out of context.
It was so nice. I feel like nowadays, like this year was the first year that I saw less people even trying to celebrate Columbus Day, and that was refreshing.
Yeah, like what the fuck was that in the first place?
And you know what? My Apple Calendar called the day Indigenous People Day, and I was like, thank
God,
dear Lord. And maybe it's because we're in California. I think the state recognizes that. Yeah. But that makes me happy.
Oh, shout out to Navajo for flipping Arizona. Woo!
And shout out to Black women for making this election what it was.
Woo!
I saw the map of. We're back to politics. You're gonna have to find a new podcast. I saw the map, and it was just so disappointing the way like young white people voted, especially white men, and of course. But it's just like I had hope for the younger generation.
Yeah. And
the fact that so many white people still voted that way was just so disappointing because
it is.
It's just a total income. Yeah, it just disappointing.
It just is.
It's just disappointing.
Yeah.
But anyways, thank you once again, Black women, for coming through and for you said which state?
Navajo, Arizona.
Arizona.
Yeah, they had like a 91% voter turnout. Like it was like up like. So I don't know the exact like math percentage, but it was like triple what they usually have for voters.
That's crazy.
So turn up.
Oh, and I think it was it Kamala's speech? No, it was Biden's speech. Was the first president to ever mention trans people in their speech.
That's crazy.
Yeah, it was really wonderful. So on that light, cheering note, we would like to leave you with a little Christmas magic.
We're not done.
And Haley and I would like to sing you a song.
No, we would not.
Oh, holy night, the stars are
We're not starting that.
Shining.
It is the night. All right.
Can we,
stop.
Do one little harmony?
No. Can you tell me your recommendation?
I recommend Oh, Holy Night.
It is a good song. I like Mariah Carey's version.
Oh.
Yeah, are you kidding me?
I am excited to see what she does this year because she.
What is your recommendation? This podcast is too long. You said wrap it up, and you're still talking.
I can't stop talking about nothing. I recommend the Alvin and the Chipmunks Christmas CD. It's so good. What do they sing? Everything.
I'm checking out.
What do you recommend?
I'm literally checking out.
What do you recommend?
I'm looking. Oh, I know. Sarah Cooper's Netflix special.
Oh, that's not cheery.
What are you talking about?
It's not Christmas related.
No, it's literally November.
It's every single podcast until the New Year's Christmas.
No. Okay, what is your intention for the week?
To sing Oh Holy Night.
This is fucking impossible. You are fucking impossible.
Fall.
All right. right, coffee with my ex. I'm fucking done.
Oh, yeah.
I'm done. Turn it off.
The
Turn it
angel
off.
voice says you're jumping in the harmony all night.
Turn this thing off.